Good morning, my dear students. I am Dr. Deepak More, Assistant Professor, Department of English, Sanjani Mahavidhyalaya, Chapoli. Today we are going to study about short story, the remaining part of our short story named An Astrologer's Day, written by R.K. Narayan. Text with discussion. Then, in another para of our short story, the writer the writer suggests us that next to him in vociferousness came a vendor of fried groundnut who gave his ware a fancy name each day, calling it Bombay ice cream one day, and on the next Delhi almond, and on the third Raja's delicacy, and so on so forth. And people flocked to him. A considerable portion of his crowd dwelled before the astrologer too. The astrologer translated translated his business by the light of a flare which crackled and smoked up above the groundnut heap nearby. Half the enchantment of the place was due to the fact that it did not have the benefit of municipal lighting. The place was lit up by shop lights. One or two had missing gas lights, some had naked flares stuck on poles, some were lit up by old cycle lamps, and one or two, like the astrologers, managed without lights of their own. It was a bewildering criss-cross of light, rays, and moving shadows. This suited the astrologers very well, for the simple reason that he had not the least intention to be an astrologer when he began life, and he knew no more of what was going to happen to himself next minute. He was as much a stranger to the stars as were his innocent customers. Yet he said things which pleased and astonished everyone. That was more a matter of study, practice, and shrewd guesswork. All the same, it was as much an honest man's labor as any other, and he deserved the wages he carried home at the end of the day. Then, in the third para of our short story, the writer tells us that the second part of the story presents us the astrologer's unique way of working. In the very beginning of this section, the writer underlines the fact that the astrologer had come into this business by accident. He was living his normal life. He would have been the farmer like his forefathers. But his fate was different naturally. He didn't have any knowledge of astrology. Though the astrologer didn't have any knowledge of stars and planets, he was carrying on his business quite successfully. He had the knowledge of human psychology with the help of this aspect of his personality. He would know the problems of his own customers concerning marriage, concerning money, and concerning human relationship. It is worthy to note that at first, at least for 10 minutes, he would keep silence and then would allow his customers to speak. And having got a material to speak, he would begin. Despite of his ignorance towards astrology, his manner of convincing his customers was remarkable. It would satisfy them. म्हणजेच in मराठी तो अकस्मात ज्योतिषी बनला होता. कोणताही विचार किंवा योजना न आखता त्याने आपले गाव सोडले होते. जर तो तेथेच राहिला असता तर तो आपल्या पूर्वजांची कामे जशी जमीन कसणे, पैसा, लग्न, शेती इत्यादी करीत वडिलोपार्जित घरात तो लहानांचा मोठा झाला असता. पण तसे व्हायचे नव्हते. पण तसे व्हायचे नव्हते. दीर्घकालाच्या सरावातून त्याच्या जाणीवा प्रगल्भ बनल्या होत्या. 5 मिनिटाच्या अवधीतच काय समस्या आहे हे तो ओळखू शकत होता. लग्न, पैसा आणि मानवी जीवनातील नात्याची गुंतागुंत या मानव जातीच्या अडचणींचे विश्लेषण करण्यात त्याचा हातखंडा होता आणि भोळीभाबडी लोकही सहज त्याच्यावर विश्वास ठेवत असे. तो प्रत्येक प्रश्नासाठी 3 पैसे घेत असे. अशा प्रकारे त्याचा व्यवसाय अगदी व्यवस्थित चालू होता. Then, in the next para, another para of our short story, the writer addresses that he had left he had left his village without a previous uh, though or plan. If he had continued if he had continued there, he would have carried on the work of his forefathers, namely tilling the land, living, marrying, and ripening in his cornfield and ancestral home. But that was not to be. He had to leave home without telling anyone, and he could not rest till he left it behind a couple of 100 miles. To a villager, it is a great deal, as if an ocean flowed between. Then, in the fourth para of our short story, the writer suggests us that the writer says us that he had the knowledge of human psychology. With the help of this aspect of personality, he would know the problems of his customers concerning marriage, money, human relationship. It is worthy to note that at first, at least for 10 minutes, he would keep silence and then would allow his customers to speak. And having got a material to speak, he would begin. Despite of his ignorance towards astrology, his manner of convincing his customers was remarkable. It would satisfy them. म्हणजेच सदरील उतार्यामध्ये लेखक वाचकांना असा सल्ला देतात की दररोज संध्याकाळी अंधार पडल्यावर आणि रस्त्यावरील दुकानातील दिवे मालवल्यावर तो त्याच्या सामान बांधत असत आणि घरी जात असे. नेहमीप्रमाणे त्या दिवशी तो त्याचे सर्व सामान त्याच्या बॅगमध्ये भरत होता. परंतु त्यावेळी अचानक त्याने पाहिले, एक व्यक्ती त्या रस्त्याने त्याच्याकडे चालत येत होता. एखादा ग्राहक त्याच्याकडे येत असेल असे वाटल्याने तो त्याला बोलावू लागला, पण त्या व्यक्तीने त्या ज्योतिषावर विश्वास ठेवायला नकार दिला. भरपूर वेळा बोलावल्यानंतर तो व्यक्ती त्या ज्योतिषासमोर बसायला तयार झाला, पण तो एकही शब्द स्वतः बोलला नाही. शेवटी दोघांनी असे ठरवले की जर त्या ज्योतिषाने त्या अनोळखी व्यक्तीबद्दल सर्व काही खरे सांगितले तर तो व्यक्ती त्या ज्योतिषाच्या 8 आणे देईल, परंतु जर त्या ज्योतिषाने सांगितलेले खोटे ठरले तर त्या ज्योतिषालाच त्या व्यक्तीला त्याच्या दुप्पट रक्कम द्यावी लागेल. अचानकपणे जेव्हा तो अनोळखी व्यक्ती त्याची सिगारेट पेटवतो तेव्हा त्या काडीच्या प्रकाशात त्या ज्योतिषाला त्या व्यक्तीचा चेहरा दिसतो. ते पाहून तो ज्योतिष घाबरतो आणि तिथून जायला बघतो, कारण तो अनोळखी व्यक्ती दुसरी तिसरी कोणी नसून त्याचाच जुना मित्र असतो, ज्याचा एकेकाळी त्या ज्योतिषाने जुगार खेळत असताना खून करण्याचा प्रयत्न केला होता आणि त्याला मेलेलं समजून त्याला तिथेच सोडून गावातून शहरात पळ काढलेला असतो. तो ज्योतिषी घाबरून त्याला ती पैज मागे घ्यायला लावतो आणि त्याबद्दल तो त्या व्यक्तीला पैसे परत द्यायलाही तो तयार असतो. Then, in the another para, the writer suggests us that he had a working analysis of mankind's troubles, marriage, money, and the tangles of human ties. Long practice had sharpened iron perception. With 5 minutes, he understood what was wrong. He charged paise three pies per question, never opened his mouth till the other had spoken for at least 10 minutes, which provided him enough stuff for a dozen answers and advices. When he told the person before him, gazing at his palm, in many ways you are not getting the fullest results for your efforts. 9 out of 10 were disposed to agree with him. Or he questioned, is there any woman in your family, maybe even a distant relative, who is not well disposed towards you? Or he gave an analysis of character. Most of your troubles are due to your nature. How can you be otherwise with Saturn where he is? You have an impetuous nature and rough exterior. This endeared him to their hearts immediately, for even the mildest of us loves to think that he has a forbidding exterior. Thus, Nuts vendor blew out his flare and rose to go home. This was a signal for the astrologer to bundle up too, since it left him in darkness except for a little shaft of green light, which stayed in from somewhere and touched the ground before him. He picked up his cowrie shells and paraphernalia and was paraphernalia means numerous equipment needed for a particular activity and was putting them back into his bag when the green shaft of light was blotted out. He looked up and saw a man before him. He sensed a possible client and said, you look so careworn. It will do you good to sit down for a while and chat with me. The other grumbled some reply vaguely. The astrologer pressed his invitation, whereupon the other thrust his palm under his nose, saying, you call yourself an astrologer. The astrologer felt challenged and said, tight, uh, tilting the other's palm towards the green shaft of light. Yours is a nature. Oh, stop that. The other said, tell me something worthwhile. Our friend felt piqued. I change only 3 pieces per question, and what you get ought to be good enough for your money. At this, the other withdrew. His arm took out an Anna, and flung it out to him, saying, I have some questions to ask. If I prove you are bluffing, you must return this Anna to me with interest. If you find me answer satisfactory, will you give me 5 rupees? No, or with your give me yet Annas. All right. In this para, the writer tells to the audience that in this para, the writer suggests that every day after twilight, twilight, he used to close his belongings and go back home. Today also he started putting his things back into the bag, but suddenly he saw a man walking on the road towards him. Expecting him to be a possible client, he started approaching him, but the man refused to believe any astrologer. After long callings, the man agreed to sit in front of the astrologer, but not without a hot exchange of words. Finally, they both agreed and decided that if the astrologer gave correct reading about the client, he would pay him 8 annas. But if the astrologer was wrong, he would have to pay the man double of 8 annas. Suddenly, the astrologer saw the man's face clearly. With the man lit his चेअर रूट. म्हणजेच या उतार्यामध्ये लेखक वाचकांना असा सल्ला देतात की दररोज संध्याकाळी आणि त्याबद्दल ज्याचा एकेकाळी त्या ज्योतिषाने जुगार खेळत असताना खून केला होता, खून केला होता खून करण्याचा प्रयत्न केला होता आणि त्याला मेलेलं समजून त्याला तिथेच सोडून गावातून शहरात पळ काढलेला असतो. तो ज्योतिष घाबरून त्याला तो पैज मागे लावण्यात घ्यायला लावतो आणि त्याबद्दल त्या व्यक्तीला पैसे परत द्यायलाही तयार असतो. परंतु तो व्यक्ती यास तयार होत नाही. आता तो व्यक्ती त्या ज्योतिषाला त्याची पैज पूर्ण करायला सांगतो. देन इन द रिमेनिंग पार्ट वी शॅल कंटिन्यू our next period. Thank you very much.